Hi friends, I am Darshini Priya from 10th grade. I am studying in Navnita Public School. Today I am going to tell you a story from the lesson Two Stories About Flying.
His First Flight by Liam O'Flaherty. This story is about a seagull who was afraid to fly. Even though his little sister is flying with short wings, he is not able to fly with long wings. Let's see how he tries to fly. Liam O'Flaherty was an Irish novelist, short story writer, and major figure in the Irish literary renaissance. He served on the Western Front as a soldier in the Irish Guards and was badly injured. He was born on 20th August 1896 and was died on 7th September 1984. Let's look into the story. This story has a very beautiful theme. It tells us about courage and self-confidence and how one has to overcome his fear.
The great expanse of the sea stretched down beneath, and it was such a long way down, miles down.
So the bird was actually sitting on a top of a mountain-like place, a cliff. It had a flat place, a plateau where the bird was there, and when it looks down, it was a great expanse of sea. It was miles down. So by looking down only, the bird was always feeling frightened. He felt certain that his wings would never support him. So every time he wanted to fly like his parents or like his siblings, he would try, but then looking at the height and looking at the expanse of the sea, he would always feel frightened, and every time when he was about to fly, he would always think that his wings would never support him. So he bent his head and ran away back to the little hole under the ledge where he slept at night. So this fear used to come to him always. So whenever he tries to fly, he will always think that his wings would never support him. So when this fear comes over, he will bend his head and go back to the little hole under the ledge where he slept at night. So what is the meaning of this ledge? Ledge is a long horizontal space where all the birds used to sleep at night, and so this little bird also, whenever he became frightened and when he could not fly, he would go inside the hole and take rest, or hide himself. Even when each of his brothers and his little sister, whose wings were far shorter than his own, ran to the brink, flapped their wings, and flew away, he failed to muster up courage to take that plunge which appeared to him so desperate. Even when each of his brothers and his little sister, so he had two brothers and one little sister, that little sister has smaller wings than him, but she also ran to the brink. Brink means edge of that horizontal space. She also ran to the brink, flapped their wings, and flew away happily. She also fly very happily. But he failed to muster up courage. Muster up courage means to gather courage to take that plunge which appeared to him so desperate. So he was so desperate. He badly wanted to fly, but he feels frightened because he will think that his wings would never support him. His father and mother had come around calling to him shrilly, upbraiding him, threatening to let him starve on his ledge unless he flew away. So every time his parents would come to him and would come to him calling him shrilly. Shrilly means with a loud voice. Upbraiding is to scold him, threatening to let him starve on his ledge. So they used to frighten him by telling that if you don't fly, we won't give you any food. Starving is to be without food unless he flew away. But for the life of him, he could not move. But he was so frightened that he was not able to even move. He was not even able to move. That was 24 hours ago. Since then, nobody had come near him. So, this all happened 24 hours ago. Since then, nobody had come near him. So from last 24 hours, nobody had come near him. Nobody came to him, his parents, his siblings, no one came. The day before, all day long, he had watched his parents flying about with his brothers and sisters, perfecting them in the art of flight, teaching them how to skim the waves and how to dive for fish. So the whole day he kept watching his parents and his brothers. What they were doing? His parents are flying in the air and is teaching his brothers and sisters how to fly beautifully in the air. They are also teaching them how to skim. Skim means search for the waves, and how to dive for fish, how to catch a fish. He had in fact seen his older brother catch his first herring and devour it, standing on a rock, while his parents circled around, raising a proud cackle. So he was watching everything sitting on his ledge. So what he had seen his older brother catching his first herring. Herring is a kind of fish and devour it. Devouring means eating. Standing on a rock while his parents circled around raising a proud cackle. So his parents were so happy that their son had catched a fish. So they are shouting with happiness. And all the morning the whole family had walked about on the bleak plateau midway down the opposite cliff, taunting him with his cowardice. So there was a big plateau opposite to the cliff where the little bird is staying, and the whole family are walking on that big plateau, and they were taunting him. Taunting means teasing him with his cowardice. Cowardice means fearfulness. They were teasing him that he cannot fly. He was not even trying to fly. The sun was now ascending the sky, blazing on his ledge that faces the south. So now the sun is coming down. It was very hot, especially at the ledge where the bird is standing. He felt the heat because he had not eaten since the previous nightfall. So we know that the bird had not eaten anything from the last 24 hours. So he feels more hot. He stepped slowly out to the brink of the ledge, and standing on one leg with the other leg hidden under his wing, he closed one eye, then the other, and pretended to be falling asleep. So he went to the edge of the ledge. Standing there, he lifted one leg and hidden another leg under his wing. He closed his eyes and he pretended to be falling asleep. Still, they took no notice of him. So why did he do this? He wanted to just call the attention of his parents so that they will come and give some food. But they did not notice him. He saw his two brothers and his sister lying on the plateau, dozing with their heads sunk into their necks. His father was preening the feathers on his white back. So on the other plateau, he saw his two brothers and sister. They were sleeping, and their necks were under their heads. And his father was preening. Preening means cleaning his feathers on his back. Only his mother was looking at him. So only his mother is watching him. And his brothers and sister are sleeping, and his father is busy in cleaning his feathers. Only the mother is looking at him. She was standing on a little high hump on the plateau, her white breast thrust forward. So what his mother is doing, she was standing on a high hump, which means a raised surface on the plateau. Her white breast is the front part of her body, thrust forward. It was pushed a little forward. Now and again she tore at a piece of fish that lay at her feet, and then scraped each side of her beak on the rock. So there was a piece of fish laying at her feet, under her feet. She took that and scrapped. Scrap means rubbing each side of her beak. So she was rubbing her beak to make it sharp. Where she was rubbing it to a rock. The sight of food maddened him. So she knew that by seeing that food, he will at least try to fly to get that food.
How he loved to tear food that way, scraping his beak now and again to wet it. So he also loved to tear food like his mother did. Scraping his beak means sharpening his beak now and again and again. To wet it means to sharpen it. Ga ga ga, he cried, begging her to bring him some food.
So when he saw his mother with a piece of fish, he cried at her, begging her to bring him that food. Ga ko ah, she screamed back derisively. So she also screamed back, making fun of him, trying to make fun of him. But he kept calling plaintively, and after a minute or so, he uttered a joyful scream. So his mother is making fun of him. But he kept calling him plaintively. Plaintively means sadly. He kept calling her sadly, and after a minute, uh, he saw something and shouted a joyful scream. What did he saw? He saw his mother had picked up a piece of fish and was flying across to him with it. So he saw his mother taking a piece of fish and flying to him. So he was very happy and he shouted a joyful scream. He leaned out eagerly, tapping the rock with his feet, trying to get nearer to her as she flew across. So he started to bend to get that food when his mother came nearer and nearer. But when she was just opposite to him, she halted, her wings motionless, the piece of fish in her beak almost within reach of his beak. So when she just came close to him, she stopped and she stood in air. She was not flying. The piece of fish in her beak almost within the reach of his beak. So she didn't went so close to him. She was nearby, so that he was almost within the reach of his that piece of fish. He waited a moment in surprise, wondering why she did not come nearer, and then, maddened by hunger, he dived at the fish. So, one moment he could not understand, and he was also surprised because his mother was not moving towards him. She was just standing in that position. But then, looking at the food made him mad. He was already hungry, so he simply forgot everything and dived towards the fish. With a loud scream, he fell outwards and downwards into the space. So, as he tried to get the fish from his mother's beak, he fell into the space. He fell outwards and downwards into the space. Then a monstrous terror seized him and his heart stood still. So suddenly he got frightened and his heart stood still. Means his heart forgot to beat. That means he was unable to breathe. He could not hear nothing, but it only lasted a minute. So when he fell down, he could not hear anything. He could not hear nothing, but it only lasted a minute. But the moment of panic lasted only for a minute. The next moment, he felt his wings spread outwards. So the next moment, he was feeling that his wings are spreading out. The wind rushed against his breast feathers, then under his stomach and against his wings. So now he feels that the wind is blowing and it was touching all his body, especially his wings. He could feel the tips of his wings cutting through the air. So he started moving his wings and he could feel the air with the help of his wings. He was not falling headlong now. So the bird is now flying. Without its knowledge, his mother made it to fly by showing a piece of food. He was not falling headlong. Headlong means head down and then body going down. He was not falling like that. He was flying. He was soaring gradually downwards and outwards. He was no longer afraid. So suddenly he gathered courage and he started flying downwards and outwards. He felt a bit dizzy. Then he flapped his wings once and he soared upwards. So he felt somewhat dizzy. Dizzy means sleepy. He felt a bit sleepy. Then he flapped. Flap means moving up and down. He flapped his wings and started flying upwards. Ga 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 go ah. His mother swooped past him, her wings making a loud noise. So his mother also flying along with him, making a loud noise. He answered her with another scream. So he also answered back to her mother's scream. Then his father flew over him screaming. Then his father also started flying along with him, shouting and screaming. He saw his two brothers and his sister flying around him, curveting and banking and soaring and diving. So he saw his two brothers and his sister flying around him, curveting. Curveting means taking small leaps, and banking means to fly along the bank of the sea. And soaring. Soaring means going upwards. And diving. Diving means jumping into the water. So he saw his brothers and sister doing all this. Then he completely forgot that he had not always been able to fly, and commended himself to dive and soar and curve and shrieking shrilly. So he forgot all his fear and started diving, soaring, curving, and shrieking shrilly, means making a loud noise. He was near the sea now, flying straight over it, facing straight out over the ocean. So he was at the sea and he was flying over it, over the sea, facing straight over to the ocean. He saw a vast green sea beneath him, with little ridges moving over it, and he turned his beak sideways and cawed amusedly. So he saw a green sea under him, and there were ridges. Ridges means small waves moving over it, and he turned his beak sideways and cawed amusedly. So he turned his head and cawed means shouting. He shouted amusedly with happiness. His parents and his brothers and sister had landed on this green flooring ahead of him. So before he seeing only his parents and his brothers and sister seen that green sea, and they landed before him. They were beckoning to him, calling shrilly. So they were shouting to him, calling shrilly. Shrilly means with a loud noise. He dropped his legs to stand on the green sea. So he landed on the green sea. His legs sank into it. As he landed on the green sea, his legs sank into the green sea. He screamed with fright and attempted to rise again, flapping his wings. So when his legs sank into it, he became somewhat frightened and he started flapping his wings upwards to fly upwards. But he was tired and weak with hunger and he could not rise, exhausted by the strange exercise. But he was tired and weak with hunger, but he cannot fly up because he did not eat anything from last 24 hours and he could not fly. He could not rise means fly. Exhausted by the strange exercise means flying. His feet sank into the green sea and then his belly touched it and he sank no further. So his feet sank into the sea, but his belly was floating. So he was sank no further. He was floating on it, and around him his family was screaming, praising him, and their beaks were offering him scraps of dogfish. So his family was so happy that he was flying. They were screaming, means shouting, praising him. They were praising him, and their beaks were offering him scraps of dogfish. They were giving him fish because he did not eat anything from last 24 hours, and so he had made his first flight. So this shows us how the little bird who was first frightened lost all its fear, shed all its fear, especially driven by hunger. Now he was able to overcome his fear and then showed his courage and self-confidence in flying. So this is how the little bird was able to fly. So if you have the fear in you, you will not be able to do anything. Only if you perform with confidence and courage, you will be able to achieve anything in life. Thank you, friends, for joining today's class. Thank you so much.